Roman Britain was the era of the island of Great Britain that was governed by the Roman Empire. It comprised almost the whole of England and Wales and for a short period southern Scotland. Julius Caesar invaded Britain in 50 and 54 BC as part of his Gallic Wars. According to Caesar, the British had to be overrun or culturally assimilated by other Celtic tribes during the British Hidden Age and had to be outing Caesar animals. To receive tribute, he sold the friendly King Mandabraces over the three Romains and returned to Gaul. 3 years later, Claudius directed for religion to invade Britain and restore the exiled King Verica over the archbase. The Roma divided the Cantabelli and then organized the conquest as the province of Britain. Under the 2nd century, empires Adrian and Antoninus Pius II were built to defend the Roman province from the Caledonians, was rehoused in the Scottish Highlands were never controlled. Britannia was subject to barbarian invasions and often come under the control of imperial usurpers and imperial pretenders.
Following the conquest of the Britons, a distinctive Romano-British culture emerged as the Romans introduced improved agriculture, urban planning, industrial production, and architecture. The Roman gods Britannia became the female personification of Britain. After the initial invasion, Roman historians generally only mention Britain in passing. Thus most present knowledge derives from archaeological investigation and occasional epigraphic evidence loading the Britannic archivement of an emperor. Roman citizens settled in Britain from many parts of the empire.
Mineral extraction cities such as Dolakoti gold mine was probably first worked by the Roman army from 75 and at some later stage passed to civilian operators. The mine developed as a series of open-cast workings, mainly by the use of hydraulic mining methods. They are described by Fine the Elder in his natural history in great detail. Essentially, water supplied by aqueducts was used to prospect for or veins by stripping away soil to reveal the bedrock. If veins were present, they were attacked using fire setting, and they were removed for crushing and comminution. The dust was washed in a small stream of water and the heavy cooled dust and cooled nuggets called in rifles. The diagram at right shows of Dolakoti developed from 75 to the 1st century. When opencast work was no longer feasible, tunnels were driven to follow the veins. The evidence from the site shows advanced technology, probably under the control of army engineers.
The Golden Working Zone, the lead and silver mines of the many peels and the tin mines of Cornwall seem to have been private enterprises leased from the government for a fee. Mining had long been practiced in Britain, but the Romans introduced new technical knowledge and large-scale industrial production to revolutionize the industry. It included hydraulic mining to prospect for ore by removing overburden as well as work alluvial deposits. The water needed for such large-scale operation was supplied by one or more aqueducts. To surviving at Dalakoi became especially impressive. Many prospecting areas were dangerous, upland country and alternative mineral exploitation was presumably one of the main reasons for the Roman invasion. It had to wait until these are were subdued.
Designs were mass popular, but rural craft still products its derived from the era Argentine artist tradition. Local projects rarely attend the start of the goods industries. The castle of the Nain Valley was able to withstand comparison with the importance. Most negative pottery was imposted and intended only for local makes. By the end of the century, Britain's economy was derived and well established, with commerce extending into the Roman side north. The sign of early were especially connected to the need for customs impression of merchandise goods.